Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another hot take review. Today's hot take is on Learnie, the community micro learning platform. I'm John Lay, CEO of Talented Learning, and I just got done a 1 hour briefing with the executive team of Learnie and got an update for the first time in about 12 months. I'm really impressed. I love where the solution is going. A community micro learning platform basically is kind of like an LMS, but it's not. It has LMS features in terms of you can have users and uh, assign training to those users and do reporting on the training progress of those users. So that part is very LMSy, but that's kind of the back end. That where the rubber hits the road with Learning is really the content creation piece of it. And what they've done is create tools for instructors, subject matter experts, or really anybody in the learning community can create their own learning modules. And they do that by either recording short video bursts or uploading videos or taking a picture and adding audio tracks in there or just putting text in there or maybe uploading a PowerPoint or slides and narrating to those slides. Each one of those are an example of something small, something micro that can be standalone or that can be strung together into bursts or into longer learning journeys. You can also have questions and polls and links to external sites. And so, but the key thing is that without using Gen AI, you can create content around your proprietary products and services or processes really, really quick and deploy it instantly. Like when I say quick, I mean minutes, not days, not weeks, not months, but literally minutes to do that. And when you watch the demonstration on the Learning profile and Talented Learning on their profile, you'll see that they created a course literally in seconds, just as part of the demonstration to show that. Who uses Learning? Their ideal customer profile is really organizations that have frontline workers, deskless workers. So think hospitality, retail, restaurants, all those workers, they don't snap open their laptop when they get to work. They get right to work on the field. And so how do you train them? How do you get content to them? How do you keep them up to date? How do you keep them up to date on things that are changing where you can't shut the restaurant down and bring everybody in for training, or you can't people off floors? You got to be able to do it on your mobile. You got to be able to do it fast. You got to be able to have that tracking and be able to implement business change, because of that. And that's what Learning brings to the table. And in addition, because it is micro learning bursts and it can continue to serve that stuff up to you over time, you can eliminate the forgetting curve. And so finally commit what you want your learners to know and be able to do in a short amount of time, and where it is where they need it. They got a lot of new features since the last time. From an AI standpoint, they now have translation of these videos and the text into 140 different languages. They have AI in an assessment builder. So it'll look at these learning content, the video content, and it'll write the assessment questions for you and allow you to edit that. It has AI that tags and links that content to 35,000 different skills that are available, 35 different skills in the EMSI database of skills. And so that's the foundation now of building a skill-based program that ties little bursts of content with assessment questions all together into skills. And then the skills can be aggregated into jobs or roles. And you can then combine that. Some of that, a lot of that is in the future, but the foundation of putting that into place right now is exactly that. The applications are fully mobile. So whether you get it at the Apple Store or at the Android store, or you're using it on a web, it's fully mobile responsive. It's designed for workers that are carrying their smartphones around as the primary use case. And so the last part is really to leverage that experience of the subject matter experts. And so one of their key uh, tenets is that knowledge exists in your organization, but LMSs and content creation teams are really horrible at pulling that knowledge out of a worker that's been there 10 or 15 or 20 years. And with Learning, since you can delegate the content creation process, you can get these subject matter experts involved. Say, hey, just take a video yourself explaining this concept or that concept, and that can be worked into the paths that are needed for these different learners. And so organizations struggle with getting that organizational knowledge out into something you can actually do with it. And that's one of the things that Learnie solves for. And so another sweet spot for them is just like early adopting type organizations. So they're having a lot of success, for example, in the solar industry, because it's a new industry. It's a new way of doing things. And they got lots of remote workers and need a new way to train them. And so organizations that are startups that are growing quickly, that haven't invested in a learning management system yet, are prime targets for these folks. But on the other end of the equation, it's just as common for or it's very common for larger organizations to already have a learning management system. And so then learning can be used to augment that and to kind of sit on top of it and play nicely with it for really high profile projects or just for frontline workers or just for a certain user group. So it doesn't have to run all of your content, but it can be a way to run a lot of your most important content or some of your most important content in conjunction with a learning management system. So there you have it, folks. Learning Community Microsystem, a different way of doing learning. And I encourage you to check them out. Have a great day, everyone. mylearning.com. And you can find more of our independent resources at talentlearning.com.